Stay very quiet. I'm hunting dinosaurs. Ha ha ha! Hey everybody, and welcome back to another show. We got some dino ribs today. Yeah, I know, it's a crazy intro, but I thought it'd be funny. I've never cooked these before. We're going to be cooking those on the Smoke North Huron. We're going to see how it works out. We're going to just be using a simple rub today of just salt, pepper, and some Lowrys. We're going to do some trimming. Let's check it out. Here we are. We're back on the table. The table that I created for my smoker, or I should say for my Weber kettle. We're just going to open up these ribs here. These were, I guess you could say, donated to me. I say donated. I use that term very loosely. By a friend of mine who doesn't have an offset, has an electric smoker, and said, you know, let's really try these out. I got 4 racks. I'm only going to be doing 2 today. I don't mind getting juices and stuff over this table because, well, I'll just clean it off after. And sometimes saves a little bit of pain and anguish from cleaning up a cutting board. Just get rid of those. Okay, so as far as I understand, like I said, I've never cooked these before, so we leave the bottom the way they are. And what we're going to do is we're going to trim some of this fat off the top, fat and silver skin. And we'll see how it looks after that, and then we're just going to use our seasoning. So I'm just going to trim this and speed it up a little bit. Now, contradictory to brisket, you want to trim off all the fat in the fat cap here because you actually want to develop the best bark that you can here on the top. So I'm going to go ahead now and apply our rub. This is 2 parts black pepper, 2 parts diamond crystal kosher salt, and 1/2 part Lowrys. I always like throwing a little bit of Lowrys just to give it that kind of extra oomph. It's very similar to the rub that I used in my ribs video, which I'll post up here. You want to be able to develop the best bark that you can here on the top. The ribs on the bottom will protect the meat, because we'll be cooking this rib side down. So you actually don't need a fat cap. Now, I talk about this as if I've done this before and, you know, it seems like I know what I'm talking about. But actually, I've just been watching some Mad Scientist Barbecue and some other YouTubers to try to get a handle on how to actually cook these ribs. Now, I would probably call these a choice grade if I had to grade the marbling. I don't know actually what grade they are because these came from like a wholesaler. These are not, you know, grass fed or grain finished or anything like that, by no stretch of the imagination, I don't believe. But they do have some decent marbling. There we go. Should be good. Alright, I got the Smoke North Huron coming up to temp, and we'll go throw them on the pit. Alright, we got the Smoke North Huron here fired up to 250. We're going to place them in with the thicker side facing the fire. And we'll continue to rotate these throughout the cook. There we go. We'll check back on these in a few hours. We're at the 3-hour mark. Actually, sorry. We're at the 4-hour mark. I haven't checked these ribs out since I put them in. Let's come in and have a look. And hold them pretty steady at 250 to 275. Here we go. I'm going to flip them around now. You're starting to see some pullback on the bones. That's exactly what we want. Looks good. I'm going to start spritzing these edges here, right along here and along here, with some apple cider vinegar and some water, just to keep them from drying out. Check back with you soon. All right, so it was 8 hours in the smoker. They hit a temp at about 170. I wrapped them up, left them in the smoker for another hour, just they had a little bit of wood left over. So then I took them off of that and I placed them in my oven at 300 degrees, which is around 285. Probe for tenderness. They reached a temp at about 198 and they felt really good. So let's go ahead and cut in and have a look. Okay, so we have the two exact same rack of ribs. Let's unpack them. Oh, by the way, I did smoke some Wagyu beef tallow as well, and I put that in the butcher paper. Look at that. They're still pretty hot. Some of that tallow on there. And lay that aside. Remember, keep your butcher paper for starting your fires. These have been resting. Probably should have rested a little bit longer, but the smell in the house just got so crazy. I just wanted to open them up. You can see why they call them Brontosaurus ribs. Now let's have a look here. Look at that smoke ring. Wow. Wow. Let's go for the test. That Texas rub, salt and pepper. Really light smoke. I mostly use maple and cherry. Woo! It's good stuff. That really heavy black pepper with that 50-50 mix is really, really good. Well worth the wait. So that's beef ribs. If you want to try it out, you're looking for Bronto ribs or beef short ribs. It's called many different things. They're about the same price as prime rib, believe it or not. And they're super delicious. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Get cooking.